How to increase sales in a downward market. Hello, happy Monday. It's John. It's the Marketing for Owners podcast where I show you how to create a self-marketing company, a company that does its own marketing while you get on with the important things in life, important things in your business, other important things in your business. Obviously, marketing is quite important, but let's get it all automated so customers and leads just appear every day, regular, like clockwork. You don't have to worry about it. That's what this is all about. Now, when you get a lead, you need to convert them into a purchaser, into a sale, and make them into a customer, and then make them into a repeat customer, and then make them into a regular customer, because at that point they become a preacher and build your business. But what if the market is on a downward spiral, on a downward turn? The United Kingdom has, bless its cotton socks, just voted to leave Europe, the famous Brexit vote, which has certainly created a downturn in the economy, and for the UK especially, it's made anything that imports, anyone who buys anything in the dollar more expensive, anyone who sells on the dollar is making more money, but it's not good. But there was already perhaps a global sort of recession-ish sort of thing. So what do? Well, first of all, and I've said this before, stop making excuses, for one. So please do not blame the economy, because you are in an industry and there are other competitors, and people are going to survive. Those who embrace change and who adapt will survive. Very simple. I'm going to ask you one question. Is anybody in your entire industry, your entire trade, wealthy, making lots of money? If you say yes, and yes, there will be, then it's not the industry, it's not the trade, it's not the business. So let's get that out of the way. But customers quite often don't have money. Now, if you are speaking to a customer who has been affected by the economy or by the recession, who thinks that way and says, we can't afford, what do? So you change your approach. Firstly, sales should not be thought of as sales. Now, it is sales, because there's not really any other name for it, but the way you should be thinking is that you are not selling something to somebody, you are providing a solution to a problem. You are scratching their itch. They have a need for something, you have the answer, you have the solution. You need to just show them the value of your solution, and then they will want it and they will ask for it. You don't have to sell it to them, they will ask for it. So getting that attitude, that mindset, that thought is very, very important. So don't annoy people, don't go phoning them up, asking for their orders when they don't want to place an order. Don't just think it's all about relationships and things like that and all being nicey-nicey. Obviously that helps. But recently I reviewed a book called The Challenger Sale. They did a huge study of top performing salespeople, and they found 5 different personalities, and the top one was the challenger. No matter what the market, they always far outperformed every other sector. But they didn't go about selling things. They found solutions for people, and the way they worded it for the customer, the way they delivered that solution was in a way that saved the customer money. Now this is very important, because remember, you want to give them what you want them to have, but they, the customer, the person with the money, they are only interested in themselves, which is as it should be. They didn't want you to turn up. They were happily, merrily going about their business, but they have problems, they have issues. You don't know what they are, but they are only thinking of it from their point of view. And when it comes to a downward economy, the main thing on their mind is money, They need to save money, they need to cut costs, they don't need to spend more money, but they need to save. Now, of course, it's your job to then show them that by investing, by spending money, they will save. And there is a way, there's always a way with every single product and every single service where you can explain how what you do will save them money. And it don't say in the long term, over the next 10 or 20 years, because they are not thinking that. You're looking at it the wrong way. There is a way you can save money right now. It is by doing this, they won't have to do that in the future. Okay, now this is down to you. It's going to be in lots of different industries. We, for example, in my business, we sell fire extinguishers. Now, everybody in business has to have fire extinguishers. They can buy them from anyone. They'll look the same. If they're approved, they'll probably do the same job. And some will last for 10 years, some will last for 20 years. They're going to need a test every 5 years, and they're going to need this and that. So if we make it clear to our clients what it is going to cost over the long run, then we can show how it's a better investment at the beginning to buy it our way. We do annual maintenance. Our annual maintenance cost is quite high. However, it includes all of the possible costs. It's a fixed thing. And we show how it works out in the real life when they buy what appears to be a cheaper one. It costs them much more in the long term. Over a period of 5 years, can cost people 3 times the amount. And so we explain that. And so customers are happy. That's what people then want. So think about that. It's not selling. You are helping your client save money. You are helping them. Now, if everything else is bad, remember, in the past, when things have been good, they've bought your products and they've supported your business. Isn't it time, if they're suffering, that you help them? How about putting yourself out? If they're supporting community events and they can no longer afford to, why don't you chip in to help with that? Add some extra, whereas other companies will not go there. Do the things that other companies will not do to become the de facto supplier in that area. It can be done. Just think about it. Take some time, think of how that could work, but think of it from the customer's point of view. Remember, when you're buying things, you are a customer. You don't want to be sold to. You want something that you need. You want something that you need and something that is going to save you money. So it only has to be worded in a way like that. Okay? Now, it is a Monday, time for a book for the week. And on this today, we have a good book. It's not a big, thick book, but it's by Peter Thiel, who was the founder, one of the co-founders of PayPal. Now, PayPal, one of the remarkable things about PayPal, I think 5 or 6 of them have, and when PayPal, by the way, it merged with X.com, which is Elon Musk's, so he was in there as well. About 5 or 6 of them have gone on to found billion-dollar businesses after PayPal. Pretty good business, so clever guy. He invested, and he was an early investor in Facebook, which also helps the coffers. But his book is called 0 to 1. Now, what the premise of that is that what he says is that doing something, if you want to grow a mega business, but doing something else, doing something that is already done and doing it better, just takes it from 1 to n. It's adding more of something familiar. What he says, though, is you should do something new, so you go from 0 to 1. Do you understand that? Not from 1 to huge, from 0 to 1. So, for example, he explains that if the next Bill Gates does not need to build an operating system, the next Elon Musk does not need to build electric cars. Try and think in other industries, other things, what you can bring that has not been done before. Now, we are just simple folk, us mere mortals, but think of how you could do something in your industry that's not been done before, and you could make that difference, and you could corner the market. This is the 21st century. It can be done. The old incumbents, the old established businesses cannot change. You can. So 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. You'll find all the links and all the books, by the way. If you want to see all the books that have been recommended, there are lots of them. I read a lot of books, and I only tell you about the ones that are good. go to marketingforowners.com/books. Simple as that, you'll see them all. If you want to see the details and all the links of this, go to marketingforowners.com/podcast/426, and then it will have it there. I'll be back with you tomorrow.